First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to perform a safe start. I'm going to make sure my brakes are pulled. I'm going to make sure I'm in neutral. And I'm going to depress my clutch. Now, as soon as my key goes to the accessory position, I'm going to acknowledge my ABS lights going on and off and my DEF gauge working. Now, what I'm going to do is perform a safe start. Okay, Mr. Tester, I'm going to build the first time to governor cutoff. But right now, I see my gauges are in the proper operating range. I'm going to pump them down below 100 so I can achieve governor cutoff, which will be between 120 and 140. So there's my governor cutoff. So Mr. Tester, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut my key in the off position. Before it leaves that, I'm going to put my key back in the accessory position. Again, I see my ABS light and DEF gauge. Now, I'm going to put myself into a low gear and I'm going to release my brakes. So what I'm going to do with this test is I'm going to apply pressure to the brake pedal for a total of 60 seconds. During that 60 seconds, I don't want to lose more than 4 PSI. 3 for my truck, 1 for my trailer. I'm going to apply pressure to the brake pedal now, just consistent pressure. As soon as my needles stop moving and they freeze, I'm going to go ahead and start my timer. So it looks like right now they stopped at about 104. I'm going to go ahead and start my timer. And guys, trust me, this is one long 1 minute when you're with your tester. Okay? The bottom line, doing it this way, waiting for my gauges to stop moving before I start my timer is essential. That way I'm getting an accurate reading on it. Four, 3, 2, 1. There's my 1 minute. And I did not lose anything. That test passed. So next test I'm going to do, Mr. Tester, is I'm going to fan my brake between 60 and 80. My low air warning lights should come on. And I'll let you know when they come on. Primary came on at 85. Secondary came on now right below 80. So about 75. That test passed. Next test I'm going to do is I'm going to continue pumping my brake between 20 and 40. My valves should pop out. Okay, so primary popped out a little below 10, secondary popped out about 30. So that test did pass. Next thing I'm going to do is perform another safe start, make sure my brakes are pulled, make sure I'm in neutral, depress my clutch, and I will safe start my truck. Now at this time, Mr. Tester, it should take approximately 3 to 4 minutes to build to governor cutoff, 120 to 140 at highway speeds. Now if you're okay with it, Mr. Tester, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my in-cab inspection, then I'll come back and I'll do my tug test and my service brakes. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check my lights. Make sure my lights are on. They seem to be working. I'm going to check my left turn signal, my right turn signal. I'm going to check my four-way flashers. And last, I'm going to check my high beam. My high beam indicator is also working. Now, I want to tell you about my 3 pieces of safety equipment. I should have a fire extinguisher down by my side. It's properly mounted, secured, fully charged, and is in place. I should have 1 spare fuse for every fuse needed on this vehicle, either in the glove box or in my fuse panel. I should also have 3 self-standing triangles and a protective case in the back. Now, I'm going to check my traffic monitoring devices, which are my mirrors. I want to make sure they're properly down secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. They're clean and clear, and I have them adjusted myself. I'm going to go for my windshield. Make sure it's properly down secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. It has a good weather strip around it. And I want to make sure I have no cracks larger than an inch or chips bigger than the tip of my thumb. Now, we're going to go to my windshield wipers and fluid. So my windshield fluid is working and my wipers seem to have good tension in the windshield, securely mounted and cleaning it correctly. From there, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check my heat and defroster. Put it on heat and defrost, turn that on, check up here for my defroster, make sure it's working. Check down below, make sure my heat's working. Now, I'm going to also check my horns. I have 2 horns. I only need 1 to function. Okay? So, Mr. Tester, as soon as I build the governor cutoff, I will do the last 2 or 3 tests that I have to do. And I'm going to go through, make sure that I did get everything that I needed to, except for my parking brake and trailer brake and service brakes. I did my lights, my emergency equipment, my windshield, and traffic monitoring devices, my wipers and washers, heater, defroster, and my horns. Okay? So, that checklist is good. Looks like these guys might be getting ready to get out. So we'll do these real quick, but you'll be the kid governor right there. So now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to release my parking brake and I'm going to check my trailer brake. Putting it into 3rd gear. I'm going to tug against it to make sure that brake is holding, and it's holding. Pull that one out, put this one in, I'll check my parking brake the same way. And that brake is holding. Now, hang on. We're going to do my service brakes. I'm going to roll forward approximately 5 miles per hour, lightly rolling my wheel. I don't want to feel it pull left or right. If it does, my brakes are out of alignment. So here, come off my clutch completely. Now I'm going to go into my clutch and I'm going to hit my brake, lightly holding my wheel. I didn't feel it pull left or right. My brakes are not out of adjustment. That would conclude my in-cab inspection.